welcome to my journey to $1 million in monthly revenue for my business. For those of y'all that may be new to the channel, basically just like documenting my journey from $0 all the way up to about like $1 million in monthly revenue. And the primary driver right now, honestly, is just the utilization of blog websites with ads running on them. It's a great business model, very passive, and it can make you lots of money every month. So for those of y'all that want the quick summary of this past month's performance of June 2022, I've hit record page views as well as revenue for both of my websites that I'm currently documenting. And specifically, I'm at about, I think, $4,200 within 9 months, and my page view count is around 160,000 page views per month. So yeah, let's get into it. And also too, something that I've noticed quite a bit in the YouTube comments is people ask me for what exactly I am doing. And initially I said, I don't really think I have anything to add outside of the previous people that I've mentioned in the previous videos, but I thought about it, and I do actually think that I could add some more insight to the industry and to actually what I'm doing specifically. So if you guys would like to get more insight into that, or really just try to get a hold of me, if you look on the left hand side of the screen, I'm actually starting a forum type thing where you can just join, pay a certain amount per month, do it quarterly, biannually, whatever, I don't really care, and start asking me questions, and then I'll do my best to try and answer them. And then also, like, other people will start joining, and then it'll just hopefully eventually turn into a giant community where we can all kind of share our knowledge together. And then also too, I have a LinkedIn page, so go feel free to check that out and maybe follow it, whatever. And I'll have both of the links in the description. But you don't really have to do this. I'm just throwing it out there because I know a lot of people have been asking me about what I'm doing and just trying to get a little bit more insight into how I'm approaching blog websites and things like that. So just go check it out. So going into the case study or the actual journey, so I have two websites. Website number one, so it's gone up only about 2,000 page views per month. So last month I had about 102,000 page views, and then this month I have obviously about 104,000 page views, but considering the recent update that people have seemed to have been experiencing back in middle of May through middle of June, a lot of people lost their traffic or either gained a lot of traffic. So I'm kind of just happy to have a marginal increase in page views, certainly no decrease in page views. So over the course of the month, I had about 104,000 page views, 4.5 minutes on time per page. Just kind of chugging along. And then since I had put it onto Mediavine, actually the revenue has sort of skyrocketed. So last month, I think, I don't know exactly the number for this website in particular, but the whole portfolio between both the websites was only $2,100. And this website, as it stands solo, has went certainly below that number to almost $3,000 per month in monthly revenue. And the RPM is basically the equivalent of the EPMV for a Zoic. So it's gone from about $16, $17 with a Zoic to an average of $27 with Mediavine. And I also wanted to say too, the reason why it's actually at 27 and not higher than that is because I think there's like a ramp up period similar to a Zoic with Mediavine where they're kind of like testing the ads on your website. It's basically just getting used to the new setup, I guess. I don't know. The advertisers are kind of relearning your website. So I can confidently say that the past few days or even weeks for the RPM have actually been over $30. So hopefully as time goes on, the RPM per 1,000 page views will start to go over that threshold. But yeah, that's pretty dang exciting. And then as far as website 2 goes, so I have obviously 2 websites. This is the second one. And this one just keeps chugging along as well. And if you were to zoom out and take a look at the page views, or at least like take a quick look at the overall trend for this website, it really has no seasonality whatsoever. I've honestly barely touched it since probably like December of 2021, so like 6 months ago. And I mean, I've obviously added like maybe like certainly less than 100 articles, but considering the volume I've been putting out historically, that's pretty low. But what I'm saying is, for this website, there's no seasonality, and it just like continues to grow month over month in terms of page views, you know, EPMV, that kind of thing, as well as the average time on page, you know, all that. But like, what I'm saying is too that this is such a broad niche or like area, if you will. I don't really call these niche websites. I just call them like just websites, or you know, basically businesses you're building online. So anyways, the topic is so incredibly broad that it allows you to sort of expand out into different markets, and I'll be touching on that in just one moment. But the overall trend of this website in particular is really showing no signs of stopping. Knock on wood. Just knocked on wood. So the revenue for this, so I had put this onto, I think, like Zoic's 4 or 5 star plan. And one thing too, I had forgot to do in the previous months, and probably why the EPMV has been so low before this month, is that I actually didn't have a privacy policy page on it. So as soon as I had put that on there and conducted like a premium site review with the Zoic, I think they were able to sort of tweak some things in the background. I let them know that I was like really serious about the website, and the EPMV went from like $11 or whatever to throughout the month actually over $30, and then it kind of like gradually decreased to around like 20 or something. But anyways, needless to say, the average EPMV I think for the month was around $23. And so taking like the 55,000 page views divided by 1,000, multiply it by 23, and you get around $1,300. So $2,900 for website 1 plus $1,300 for website 2. And again, I don't really have to do anything for this website. Like, I really haven't done that much. And it just continues to not only make me money every single month passively, but has actually gone up in revenue. And then one thing I wanted to sort of touch on that I just sort of briefly mentioned a moment ago is the shotgun approach. So if you look on YouTube, you'll see a lot of people sort of like saying to niche down and, you know, cover very, very small niches, which is true. But the actual approach that I'm taking is to have incredibly broad website, like sort of domains that will allow me to touch multiple small niches at once. And so this is a representation of that. And so what that really allows you to do is sort of shotgun like 30 to 50 articles in like these little micro niches or like areas within the overall market, or really like micro like or just industries really. Put in like 20 or 30 articles in each of those, and then sort of like wait a few months and then come back to it and then see which ones are performing better. And then obviously right here you can see that this little industry in particular is more than likely responsible for a lot of the growth in my page views. So needless to say, I'm going to be pouring gasoline onto this fire and sort of seeing where this little industry within the overall market will take me. And then as far as historical performance, so I actually started this whole like YouTube channel and things like that like 9 months ago. So this is only showing like the running 6-month total, but the performance from January 22nd, the revenue has gone from essentially $97 per month all the way up to about $4,200 per month. And that's pretty astounding growth, considering I haven't really added that many articles to website number 2 throughout that. And obviously for website 1, I've been really cranking out a ton of content and plan on doing that. But as you can see with website 2, it's basically stayed within the 300 article count for the past 6 months. And the revenue has gone up from like $43 all the way up to over $1,300. And so even from last month, the total revenue for the portfolio has gone from $2,100 to $4,200. And so taking all the growth projections and whatnot, so I've sort of devised this little like projections chart where it's taking like all the aggregated growth percentages every single month for the past like 6 months, I think, and then averaging that out into a simple projection of 39%. And so right here I have like the projected growth, the actual growth rate that I'm experiencing, just to kind of see how accurate it is. And I do expect the projected growth rate to continue to decrease. Obviously, if it stays the same or increases, that'd be ideal. But I think as you start to increase your overall page views, it'll get harder and harder for the growth rate to stay at these pretty high 39, 46, 53% growth rates. And so my actual growth rate for this past month was really only about like 12% or 11.68%. But again, considering everything going on with this parent Google update, I'm not really complaining. And then so as you can see, I didn't beat the projected total for this month, but since I moved one of my sites onto Mediavine, I actually beat the monthly revenue by over $1,000, and at the end of the day, that's really all that matters. And so, taking what I'm currently getting in terms of the page views for this current month of June 22, it says that I should hit about $4,800, and that's assuming a very conservative $20 EPMV, which I'm more than confident I can get now. And I could obviously increase that, and these numbers would go up, but I obviously want to either play it conservatively from the page view perspective or the revenue perspective, and I'll just leave the growth projections at kind of these data-driven, but in my opinion, kind of idealistic growth percentages of like 39%. But I will take a very conservative approach in terms of the revenue. And I mean, heck, if you look at even a year from now or whatever, or like 9 months from now, in April of 2023, I think, I mean, hey, I'll take $94,000 a month, but by the end of the year, I could be looking at around like 25K per month. So let's see if that actually happens. But if it doesn't happen, it's fine. If it does happen, hey, maybe I'll charter a private jet or something. but yeah, so for this month, I made about $4,200. I beat quota, if you will, for any salespeople out there. And hopefully this month, I will at least make that same amount plus some. So anyways, that was just a quick update, y'all. If y'all want to, get in touch with me, hit me up in the community or the forum, and I'll talk to y'all later. See ya.